listeners, get ready for a deep dive today that's going to pack a punch.
Yeah.
We're stepping into the ring with two of action cinema's heavy hitters.
Yay.
John Wick,
Oh, yeah.
the Baba Yaga himself, versus Robert McCall, the equalizer.
Ooh, this is a good one.
You know, you guys sent in some awesome requests, and this matchup, it was just too epic to ignore. We're talking about two guys who could dismantle a room full of bad guys before you could even blink.
Absolutely.
But their styles,
Yeah.
so different. It's not just about who hits harder.
Right.
It's about their entire approach to combat.
It's a clash of philosophies almost.
Totally. John Wick with his gun fu. I mean, it's like watching a ballet of death.
It's poetry in motion.
Right. He's known for seamlessly blending martial arts and firearms.
Right.
But then you have Robert McCall, who's almost like a chess grandmaster.
Yes.
Always thinking several moves ahead. Like, remember that scene in The Equalizer?
Oh, yeah.
Where he takes up that whole room of mobsters using nothing but the environment and whatever he could grab.
Oh, he makes it look so easy.
Right.
But it's that precision, that training.
It's surgical.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with these two. Wick's got that raw intensity years in that criminal underworld. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's made him this whirlwind of destruction.
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes.
But McCall, his black ops background speaks to a whole different kind of training.
Absolutely, a different breed.
It shows in the way he plans and executes. So precise. So efficient.
It's like he's always in control.
All right, so let's dig into their skills a bit. Looking at our sources here, it says both are masters of martial arts and firearms, obviously.
Of course.
But what jumps out at me is the contrast.
Oh, yeah.
Wick seems to thrive in chaos, you know? Like you remember that scene in the club in John Wick 2?
Oh, yeah.
Surrounded, but he's in his element.
It's where he comes alive almost.
Yeah.
Fueled by the chaos.
Totally. And McCall, on the other hand, he's all about control.
Control and precision.
Right? You remember that diner scene? In The Equalizer, when he takes down those thugs harassing the waitress.
Oh, yes. He doesn't even break a sweat.
He doesn't rush in, waits for the opportune moment,
Right.
exploits their weaknesses. It's like watching a predator.
He's patient.
You know? But it makes you wonder...
What's that?
Could that reliance on control actually be a disadvantage against someone like Wick?
Interesting.
You know? Maybe that split-second hesitation could be all Wick needs.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
To gain the upper hand.
It's like two different sides of the same coin.
Right. And it gets even more complex.
Oh.
When you consider the heart factor.
Oh, yeah.
Both these guys, they have a code lines they won't cross.
That sense of morality.
Right. Wick, with his love for his deceased wife.
Yeah.
And McCall, he just can't stand to see innocent people being hurt.
It's a strong moral compass.
It is. It's like every action they take is driven by this deep sense of, I don't know, maybe it's protectiveness.
It's like a fire in their belly.
Yeah, but does that make them vulnerable?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is. It's like in one scene,
yeah,
they're taking out a room full of bad guys without hesitation.
Right.
And then in the next, they're showing mercy restraint. It's like they're constantly wrestling with the consequences of their actions.
The weight of what they do.
Like in John Wick, Chapter 3, when he spares that woman in the desert.
Oh, yeah.
Because she helped him once. I mean...
Unexpected.
Totally.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the psychological toll this lifestyle takes on them.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with Wick, you know? He's lost so much.
Yeah.
Does each kill, even if justified, just add to that burden he carries?
That's heavy stuff.
Whereas McCall, you think maybe his past, the things he's seen, created this emotional barrier.
Interesting.
Allowing him to compartmentalize in a way that Wick can't.
You're saying it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah. Like maybe that's why he's able to stay so calm, so collected all the time.
That's a fascinating theory.
Right. Because it suggests their past experiences might be just as important as their physical skills when it comes to determining who'd win in a fight.
It adds another layer to the equation.
It does. So let's put that theory to the test.
Right.
Let's imagine some different combat scenarios.
Oh, like this.
A little cinematic experiment to see how their different approaches might play out. You ready for round one?
I was born ready.
All right, fight fans. Round one. A straight up hand-to-hand brawl.
Bare knuckles?
No guns, no fancy gadgets, just pure skill and grit.
This is going to be good.
In this corner, we have John Wick, the Baba Yaga.
Oh, boy.
Known for his brutal, bone-crunching fighting style.
A force of nature.
And in the other corner?
Yes.
Robert McCall, the unassuming but deadly force,
Don't underestimate him.
who seems to be able to turn anything into a weapon.
He's resourceful.
Who takes this round?
Ooh, tough one.
Well, Wick's known for his aggression.
Right.
His relentless attacks.
Right.
He's like a human battering ram.
Yeah, I've seen him work.
Remember that scene where he takes out those guys in the bathhouse with just a pencil?
Oh, yeah, brutal.
I know. But you think that aggression could actually be a weakness
Possibly.
against someone like McCall?
Especially against McCall.
Who's so composed, so analytical, constantly looking for an opening.
Wick's predictability could be his downfall.
You're saying McCall's calmness would give him the edge?
It could very well.
Like a viper waiting to strike.
Precisely.
While Wick's busy unleashing fury, McCall's analyzing his movements, waiting for that moment of vulnerability.
It'd be a chess match.
A clash of styles.
For sure.
Okay, that's round one.
All right.
But this is John Wick and Robert McCall we're talking about.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see how they handle things when the stakes get higher.
I'm ready.
Round two, and things just got louder.
Uh-oh.
It's a gunfight.
Now we're talking.
Wick is practically a legend when it comes to gunplay.
Oh, yeah.
He's fast, accurate, never seems to run out of ammo.
He's a one-man army.
Seriously, the guy could teach a masterclass on reloading speed.
He makes it look like an art form.
I know. And let's not forget his signature move.
What's that?
Headshot after headshot.
Clean and efficient.
But McCall's no slouch when it comes to firearms either.
No, he's not.
He may not have Wick's flashy style,
Right.
but his accuracy is pinpoint.
Deadly accurate.
And he's got a knack for thinking outside the box.
Oh, yeah. Remember that scene in The Equalizer 2?
Which one?
Where he takes out that sniper using just a mirror and the sun's reflection?
Oh, yeah. Talk about resourcefulness.
It's incredible.
So even though Wick might have the edge in speed and firepower, you're saying McCall's strategic thinking
Yes.
and precision could even see-way the odds.
It would be a close one for sure.
Okay, let's take it old school for round three.
Okay.
No guns, no explosives, just cold, hard steel.
Ooh, a classic.
It's a knife fight.
This is where things get personal.
I know. This is where I think McCall might have a slight advantage.
You do.
I mean, we've seen him disarm and disable opponents much larger than himself using just a small knife.
Oh, yeah, he's a master with a blade.
Like a modern-day ninja. But remember that scene in the first John Wick?
Oh, yeah.
Where he struggles against Vigo?
Interesting.
Even though Vigo's older and not as physically imposing.
That does suggest a vulnerability.
Right? Like maybe he's more comfortable with a gun in his hand.
Yeah, maybe.
But who knows? Maybe he's been secretly training with a blade.
That's the thing.
Just waiting for the right moment to unveil his skills.
We can only speculate.
That's what keeps this matchup so intriguing.
Absolutely.
So many layers to each character.
Yeah.
We can only speculate about their hidden strengths and weaknesses.
It's all part of the fun.
All right, one final round.
We get on.
And this one is all about strategy.
Okay.
Let's give them some prep time,
Ooh.
some intel on their opponent,
Okay.
and see who can create the ultimate battlefield.
Now we're talking.
This is where McCall truly shines.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that hardware store scene?
Oh, yeah.
The guy's a master of improvisation, turning everyday objects into deadly traps.
He's a master strategist.
You give him time to plan, he could turn any location into a nightmare for Wick.
Absolutely.
You're picturing him setting up a kill box, aren't you?
It's hard not to.
With the right preparation, he could anticipate Wick's every move, use his own aggression against him.
It'd be like a perfectly orchestrated symphony of pain.
But you think Wick's unpredictability
Yeah.
could be a factor here?
Of course.
I mean, McCall might plan for certain scenarios,
Right.
but Wick's known for adapting on the fly.
That's true.
He's never one to back down from a challenge.
No, he's not.
And he's got a knack for finding a way out of seemingly impossible situations.
He always seems to find a way.
It would be this fascinating battle of wits.
Oh, yeah.
McCall's strategic planning versus Wick's adaptability and improvisation.
The unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
So we've got these two titans, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to consider.
What's that?
Age and physicality.
Oh, right.
I mean, after all, Keanu Reeves, who plays Wick, is in his 50s.
Yeah.
While Denzel Washington, who plays McCall, is in his 60s.
That's a significant difference.
And that age difference could definitely play a role in how this fight unfolds.
No doubt.
Okay, time for a quick breather.
All right.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
From gun fu to chess-like strategies.
It's been a whirlwind.
We've even set up a few hypothetical fight scenarios.
It's been fun.
But when we come back, we'll dig into how age and physicality might affect this ultimate showdown. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so we're back and ready to tackle the age question. Our sources brought it up.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something to think about when picturing this epic showdown.
For sure. It adds another layer of complexity.
It does.
Yeah.
So Keanu Reeves as John Wick, I mean, the guy's no stranger to intense action sequences, even in his 50s.
Yeah, he's still got it.
But you have to wonder, could age start to affect his ability to maintain that, relentless, high-energy fighting style?
It's a fair point. Speed and reaction time, those are crucial in hand-to-hand combat.
Mm-hmm.
And those things tend to decline as we get older.
Right, but then again, experience can be a powerful weapon, too.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Wick's been through it all. He's fought countless opponents. That kind of experience has to count for something, right?
Oh, it definitely does.
Like maybe he's learned to anticipate moves, conserve his energy. Things a younger fighter might not even consider.
Exactly. He might not be as quick on his feet as he once was,
Right.
but he's probably even more cunning, more efficient with his movements.
So age could actually make him a more formidable opponent.
Potentially, yeah.
He's adapting, evolving his style to suit his strengths.
Like a seasoned veteran.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we have Denzel Washington as Robert McCall.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's in his 60s.
No, it's amazing.
Yet he still moves with this quiet, controlled power. His fighting style already seems tailored to efficiency.
It's all about leverage and strategy over brute force.
Right. It's almost like age works in his favor. He doesn't need to be the fastest or the strongest because he's already thinking 2 steps ahead.
He's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Exactly. And his age,
Yeah.
It could even be a psychological advantage.
How so?
Opponents might underestimate him, see him as an easy target.
Right, because of his age.
Yeah, but that could be their downfall.
Totally underestimating a lifetime of experience of honed instincts.
Makes me think of that scene in The Equalizer where he takes down that Russian mob boss.
Oh, yeah?
He doesn't even break a sweat.
So smooth.
It's like he's playing a different game entirely.
He's on another level.
He uses their assumptions against them.
It's brilliant.
So while younger fighters might rely on raw athleticism, McCall's learned to weaponize experience, patience, observation.
It's a different kind of strength.
Okay, so we've analyzed their skills, their backgrounds, their mindsets, even factored in age and physicality.
We've covered a lot.
It's time to bring it all together.
Our-
Who wins this ultimate cinematic battle?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. It's a tough one.
Both John Wick and Robert McCall are such compelling characters,
They are.
and their unique strengths make this a really close call.
It really is. It's like trying to choose between a hurricane and an earthquake.
I like that analogy.
Both faces of nature,
Right.
but they wreak havoc in completely different ways.
Exactly.
If we were placing bets, I'd say the environment would play a crucial role.
Oh, for sure.
You put them in a chaotic, close-quarters environment, Wick's speed and aggression could give him the edge.
Yeah, I could see that.
But in a more controlled setting where strategy and planning come into play, McCall might have the upper hand.
It'd be fascinating to see how they adapt to different situations.
I'm imagining a scenario where they're both trapped in a multi-story building.
Okay.
Wick using his agility and gun fu to clear rooms, taking out enemies one by one.
Methodical.
And McCall studying the building's layout, setting traps.
Well, wow.
Channeling his inner MacGyver to turn the environment to his advantage.
That would be epic.
It would highlight how their different approaches would create such a dynamic, unpredictable fight.
For sure.
So ultimately it comes down to this. Could Wick's relentless assault overwhelm McCall's strategic defenses?
Or could McCall's cunning and foresight allow him to outmaneuver Wick's brute force?
It's the kind of fight where every decision could tip the scales.
It's a nail-biter.
And that's what makes it so fascinating to imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've given you the intel, the breakdown of their skills and tactics.
We have.
But now we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Who do you think would win in a fight between John Wick and Robert McCall?
Head over to our website, join the discussion, let us know. We're dying to hear your take on this epic showdown. And we're back for the final round of this deep dive. And I gotta say, this has been one heck of a matchup.
It really has. It's one for the ages.
John Wick and Robert McCall, they just bring so much to the table,
Yeah, they both operate on such a high level. It's incredible.
It's like watching 2 master artists.
Ooh, I like that.
But instead of paint, they're using bullets and, well, whatever McCall can get his hands on.
Right, it's like a masterpiece of destruction.
Exactly. And just like art, the interpretation is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might be drawn to Wick's raw kinetic energy.
Yeah, that brutal efficiency.
The way he moves through a fight, almost like a dancer.
It's mesmerizing to watch.
It is. And then others might appreciate McCall's more methodical approach.
Right.
The way he dissects a situation, finds those subtle openings that others would miss.
Like he's playing 3D chess while everyone else is stuck in 2 dimensions.
And that's the beauty of these hypothetical battles, right? It
Yeah.
gets those mental gears turning,
Yeah.
makes you think critically about the strengths and weaknesses of each character.
And ultimately forces us to confront our own biases about what makes a true warrior.
You know, thinking back on all the scenarios we've discussed, one thing that keeps coming back to me is the psychological aspect of their fighting style.
Oh yeah, that's a huge factor.
Wick, driven by grief and rage, seems to find release in the chaos of combat.
It fuels him.
It does. Whereas McCall, haunted by his past but bound by his code, seems to find purpose in bringing justice to those who deserve it.
Like a guardian angel.
It's almost like they're both fighting their own internal demons as much as they're fighting their opponents.
It adds another layer to the whole thing.
It does. It's not just about physical strength or tactical prowess.
Right.
It's about willpower.
Right.
About the mental and emotional fortitude to keep going when the odds are stacked against you.
That inner strength.
Remember that scene in John Wick?
Which one?
Where he's wounded, exhausted, but he just keeps coming.
Oh yeah, that's pure willpower driving him.
Pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
And McCall in the Equalizer too, when he takes on that whole team of highly trained assassins to protect that young girl.
He knew he was outmatched, but he didn't hesitate for a second.
He refused to back down.
It's inspiring.
It is. It's that unwavering determination, that refusal to give up that makes both characters so compelling.
And it's what makes this fight so hard to call.
It really is. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we leave you with this final thought.
All right, I'm listening.
Don't just focus on who might land the final blow.
Okay.
Think about the mental game, the inner strength that fuels these characters.
The heart of the warrior.
Think about the choices they make, the lines they're willing to cross, and the reasons behind their actions. Because in the end, that's what truly defines a warrior.
Well said.
We've had a blast breaking down this epic matchup with you guys, and we hope it's sparked some interesting debates and discussions.
It's been a lot of fun.
But remember, the real fun is in the exploration, the journey of discovering what makes these characters tick.
That's what keeps us coming back for more.
So keep watching, keep analyzing, and keep those hypothetical battles raging.
Never stop questioning.
Who knows, maybe someday Hollywood will give us the ultimate crossover event and settle this debate once and for all.
That would be amazing.
Until then, stay curious, deep divers. We'll catch you on the next one.